Welcome back to another episode of Keeping It Cartel, formerly known as the vlog. It's been a while since I've been back. I've been away and here, there, and everywhere, and have currently got COVID. That's why I look like death. And I'm sitting back here. I was going to do a build stream, but it turns out that the fucking camera, my second camera, stopped working again like it did last week. So that's completely shit the bed. So we're just going to do an extra long episode today. But before we get any further, we'll just have a quick run through of what I'm vaping before we get into main topic. So right off the bat, we have the Suicide with the Ripsaw, and in there we got some of Rebel and Bogans. That's the Pash My Melons, really nice. Also got the series with the Axial Pro. Inside that is one of the best liquids I've tried in a long time, which is the Amatorium Manor, which is a banana custard. And I built it anyway for this field stream. So we got the Apocalypse on top of the heavy hitter, and inside there is another outstanding liquid, which is Kanji, which is the dragon fruit grape ice. This is a really, really good liquid. So I'm going to stop leaning on this table so it don't wobble. If you'd like to get hold of some of these, I do know that Phil over at the Vaping Hut stocks these as well. So head over and get some Kenji dragon fruit grape ice. And I'm drinking fuck tons of water, bottle courtesy of Vaping Jedi for me birthday, because I am now an old shit. But yeah, that's just me. So in chat, throw in what you're vaping, what you're drinking. If you're drinking something a bit naughty, let us know. If it's just water, let us know. I want to know what you guys are vaping and drinking on. Right. It's been a while since I've been here. I went away to Egypt for my first little family holiday and the first holiday within 4 years. Let me tell you, what a load of shit. Holiday itself was great. It was really nice spending time with the wife and the little one, swimming, having a mooch around and that. But the reason I know the title was Issues with Egypt and Vaping is because on the way home, it pushed me to the edge and I nearly lost my shit, which takes me a long time to lose my shit nowadays because I'm an old fart. But I really tried to hold it together, and I'll tell you the story. It's interesting, but before we get down there, we're just going to talk about vaping generally in Egypt. It was a very weird experience vaping in Egypt. 99% of vapors in Egypt were vaping those heat not burn with the little cigarettes you stick in the end. A lot of them were vaping them or drag X's. That was it. Nothing else. Liquid wise, you're right, Scott Wood. Liquid wise, there was only I saw the same 3 liquids in every vape shop around where we was in Sharm el Sheikh. Grateful Ant, hello mate. And it wasn't written in English, so I didn't know what it was, and trying to get to try it was, they were like, you buy? So, what is it? Oh, you buy. So I didn't end up getting it because it was quite expensive. So vaping in a whole out there was, I wouldn't say a niche market, because it wasn't even a niche market. You barely saw anybody vape, but the ones you did would vape inside these little ICOS things or like these drag X's things. And I took obviously this with me, and that was for the hotel. And then I took a Odin 100 just with a Squire, a pair of Stagger fuse claps in it, just for a little bit of flavor while I'm out and about, because it was 40 degrees and I did not want to take a mech with me out and about. And people were giving you funny looks, asking you, what are you vaping on? In the shops, didn't see anything, not even slightly resembling a rebuildable. I didn't see, it literally was just those 2 devices, and that was it. Anything else that you saw was disposables, and that was holiday makers within the resort we were staying at or walking around outside. And all them were those big square colourful box things. I don't know who makes them, but that was literally it. I looked online before I went because I know it's always best to look online because I know some countries all out bans, fines, prison sentences in some places if you're caught vaping. So I had a check, and only recently they lifted the so-called ban on vaping. So I was like, okay, cool. I won't take a lot. I'll take those two, and that's it. And what I do is what everyone tells you to do: go on their websites, the flight websites, and see how do you fly with vapes. So what I did on the way out there, I've got this little bag, and I had those two in it. Batteries were in my carry-on. They told us to take these, like your vapes, in your holdall, but put your liquid in your suitcase that goes under the plane. So done as I was told. Going from Gatwick, Sharm el Sheikh, no issues at all. No one even batted. We had our suitcases pulled at Gatwick, but that was because traveling with a baby, we had little pots of baby food. We had those sterilized water and that, and they pulled it. They pulled my vapes out of the vape. I was like, yeah, that's fine, as long as you don't have the batteries in them. So no issues whatsoever. Get out to Egypt. Just went over the weirdness of vaping. So I kept my vaping very much to myself. I didn't walk around and vape. I waited till I got back to my room on the balcony or on the beach when there wasn't many people around, and just vaping, just a sort of semi-discreet type thing, and never come into any issues. Coming home was a completely different situation. Decided to go online, do the same thing for the way home. Everything was exactly the same as what Gatwick was telling me. Make sure your batteries are in like your little cases in your holdall. Yeah, your actual vapes, as long as there's no batteries in them, keep them in your carry-on. And plus, they're quite expensive, so I didn't want to put them within the actual suitcase. And my liquid was in the suitcase. Fair enough. Turn up at Sharm el Sheikh Airport on the way home. It's like a little greenhouse. It's not very big at all. Walk in the first door. All there is, you go left or right, either or. So we decided go right, and then the first thing, they check your passports, and then there's like a scanning machine. Chucked all the suitcases on there and gone through, and the guy's going, what are those? I was like, okay. So we opened up a suitcase, vape liquid. Okay. And I was like, I'm allowed them because they're in the suitcases. Gave me a bit of a Barney, then moved on. Then went into my actual holdalls, pulled out this and went, what is that? I was like, it's the vape. Batteries, no batteries. Showed them that. Okay. Fair play. No worries. He got a bit funny with my battery charger, but once I explained what it was, he was absolutely fine with it. Gone through again. Gone and got my boarding passes because Sharm el Sheikh being Sharm el Sheikh, you can't do digital boarding pass. You have to actually go and get your piece of card. Fine. Queued up for that. And then directly after that, you have to go through security again. Go through security again, put my rucksack and my cabin bag on there. He went, you, here, now. Okay, what have I done? Pulled out there, he went, you not have, me have. I was like, no, mine. He went, me have now. Put in there, then go. So like, no, this is mine. Your fella said that's fine as well. No, shisha. I was like, no, vape. Get it out. So I got it out, pulled it apart, showed him, no batteries, absolutely fine. He went, I take, you go. And I was like, really? He was like, I take, you go. At this point, it's 40-something degrees. I'm trying to look after my wife and my little one. So you can imagine rage sweats are coming up and trying to remember, don't get nicked in another country because I was ready to blow my top. I said, no, your regulation states I can take these as long as no batteries. And then I took the batteries out and went, batteries? And so I went, I take. I said to him, what's your regulation state? I take. So I decided to kick up a bit of a fuss, quite a large fuss, and said, your regulation states that I can take these on as long as these are separate and my liquid is in the bag, which has already disappeared. So I take, you don't. Everyone started to look and he went, you go, you go, you go. And basically palmed all my stuff back to me and basically told me to go. I was like, fair enough. So I took all my stuff and I disappeared. As I walked away, next to him was a big bucket full of shit. Turns out, because I was like, I said to the missus, I was like, he's fucking trying to take my shit off me. I said, I don't think he understood. Turns out he's a dodgy bastard because a bloke behind me was like, he's just taken all my shit off me. He took his vapes off him, he took his aftershaves off him, even the little tiny ones because they were expensive, took battery packs off him, and he literally had a box next to him full of shit, like full of electronics, vapes, everything. Turns out he's just a dodgy bastard stealing shit off everybody. And apparently it's quite common. And once we got through all that debacle of this little dickhead trying to steal all my stuff, get downstairs, spoke to a couple of people, and apparently it happens all the time. They take phones off people and there's nothing you can do. I think I was just quite lucky that I stood my ground and didn't really kick up a bit of fuss. I got a bit loud, didn't get aggressive because it's no point you're in the fucking middle of Egypt. I ain't going to fucking win. But made it like that other people could see what was going on. And I was one of the lucky fuckers. Sitting in that airport, people obviously heard. So I was talking to quite a few people. Spoke to one old geezer that's been going there a couple of times a year. Went, don't fucking bring anything with you. They're all a bunch of thieves. They will take what they can. If they think they can make money off you, they will take money. They will take it and sell it. So I know there's only a quick 15-minute conversation with you guys about it, but what I want to say is if you're going to Egypt, put everything you own in your suitcase that goes on the plane. They even try to take me fucking batteries off me. So what I would say is be extremely careful. Luckily, I didn't print off any of the regulations. Normally, I print off any of the regulations when I'm going to sort of countries like that, just so I can say, oh, there you go. But I think I was just lucky that I kicked up enough of a fuss, and I must have looked pretty fucking angry, and that I was allowed to disappear and take my stuff with me. But a lot of other people was not so lucky. So, yeah, if you're going to Egypt, be extremely careful. If you're taking batteries, I probably would suggest not bothering, if I'm honest with you. Because if they done that to me, I reckon they've probably done it to a lot of other people. If you want to risk it, risk it. If I ever go back to Egypt, I will just go cold turkey for however long I'm there, because it got to the point where I was about to lose, and I said to the missus, this is going to end badly. I was ready to lose my stuff because he was just taking it. He goes, mine, you go. And then grab me up a bit. Mine, you go. You don't have. So thought I'd let you guys know that was a bit of the issue that went on whilst I was in Egypt. Traveling abroad with vape stuff is always a bit touch and go, especially when you're going into more like the rebuildables and stuff like that. I can understand if they don't vape, they don't know what the fuck they're looking at. Yeah, a vape and just I would have ended up on the next episode of Locked Up Abroad. It was fucking close. If I didn't have the missus and the little one there, I would have proper fucking kicked off. Because I was following their regulations. I done as I was told. Because originally, everything was just going to go in the suitcase. That was it. And then reading in, you had to make sure everything was separate. Your lithium-ion batteries on you, your vape stuff you get in your thing for inspection if they want to see it. And it turns out that no matter how much you do it, there's always a bad apple that's going to try it. And apparently it's the same dude does it every time. I will be sending a letter to, well, they ain't going to fucking do anything about it. I will be contacting the airport authorities about it because it was highly unacceptable. And everyone's trying to fleece you for money while you're at the airport. So that was always fun. security guards come up to me as I pulled into the airport and put all my bags on a trolley, pulled me through, and he went, money. I was like, for what? He was like, I carried your suitcases. I was like, you didn't even ask me. You just grabbed them and went. He was like, you need to pay me. I went, no. I said, he goes, my trolley. I was like, my suitcases. So I took them off and went, bye. And that happened again on the other side of security. Another security guy went, you want to lift with baby? And I was like, well, isn't it just down there? He was like, yeah. I said, how much? Just for a giggle. And he was like, you pay me though. I was like, well, no. He goes, you walk that way. So yeah, a very, very interesting experience at Sharm el Sheikh Airport. And they tried to charge £7 for a bottle of water, which was quite expensive. But if you smoke cigarettes, you can smoke the whole way through the fucking airport. You can sit in your departures loud, puffing away on cigarettes and cigars if you want. So, yeah, backsheesh. What? I didn't get that, mate. Sorry. Yeah, so it was all kinds of shit. So the only reason I'm telling you is just to warn you guys. Just if you're traveling abroad with vape stuff, read your regulations, and if it's not an English-speaking country, I probably would print off the regulations from from the airport's website, and even your airline, just to be sure, because you could be in the same position as me, and I would have lost a couple of £100 worth of stuff. In the grand scheme of things, it's not a lot, but I don't like being fleeced, and I'm not going to take it laying down. And the missus was more pissed off than I was, to be honest, about it all. But yeah, so we had a nice holiday in Greece. They sent me back with a present, though. Bastards got COVID. Between me, the missus, and the little one, we all ended up with COVID. So that's always been fun. So yeah, I felt like, Paul, hello, mate. So yeah, so came back to Egypt with COVID. So that's obviously pushed it a bit further. Another week off work, which I suppose think about, oh, lovely, I get another week off work. I've been laying on the sofa feeling sorry for myself for the last couple of days, dealing with the little one, and the missus were trying to look after him together while we both feel like the back end of a camel, should we say. So, yeah, taste-wise, I'm pretty much fine with taste. I just feel like I've done 10 rounds with Mike Tyson and obviously lost. And yeah, I look a bit dead as well. And I haven't bothered shaving for like a week. So I've got like this really horrendous neck beard going on here. But it's the home life. It's the home life. But away from all that shit, obviously I can't do the build stream because of the camera. So we're just going to shoot the shit for a bit. But because of the COVID, I've decided to not touch. Yeah, it's serious bum fluff, mate. I've decided to not touch coils until I get a negative result. I'm not going to be handling coils, even with masks and gloves, until I get the all clear, just because I don't want to infect you guys. If that's even possible, it probably would have died in the bottle by then, but I'm not going to be doing it. So coiling will commence probably again next week. So once I get the all clear, the whole build area is getting sterilized, antibacterial wiped, everything's getting sorted, and then I will be back to building. I'm missing it. It's been 2 weeks, just over 2 weeks since I built any coils, and I miss it. I've been testing out a lot of coils at the moment. I've got about 3 different variations on the go. Just made one for myself because obviously you guys can't have any of them at the moment. But I've got a lot that I'm working on. I've got a couple of testers that I'm going to be sending out to. We're heading more in the MTL proper. If you we've gone, oh, nearly went 0.7 and higher. I would probably class as more of an MTL. If you guys agree with me, let me know, or you disagree. I vape 0.5 in any sort of Boro MTL setup, just because I just prefer 0.5. But I know a lot of you guys are looking at wanting more of a 0.7, a proper MTL sort of vape. So I've been working on them. I've been testing one out. I'm not an MTL vapor, so I can't. It's good. Don't get me wrong. I have no issues with it. So I've got a couple of testers. I'm going to send them out who actually vape 0.7 MTL to get their opinion. So once this COVID is all done, they will be made and sent out. So hopefully within next couple of weeks, there'll be more coils getting added to the line. Also, there will be some more, dodgy internet vaping Jedi. I don't know what's wrong. Since we've been home, everything seems to have gone Pete Tong. It was I saying? Yeah, there will be more coils added to the line. Cloud Pro coils. I am currently deciding between two different builds. I've got them built. They're being tested at the moment. I'm not sure which ones I'm going to go for the next 5 release, but they will be happening pretty soon. So that's something else to add to the list. I am currently, as you know, still having coils within the Vaping Hut. So if you can't get any from me, because I know my stock's running, I could suck peanuts out of a ring piece with. Yeah, if I don't have any in stock, head over to the Vaping Hut because I know he does the 26 aliens 3mm and the Boro aliens. So head over to that, and while you're there, grab some Black Rose Elixir liquids. They're fucking amazing. And he has the Kenji in stock, which is also a fucking incredible vape. It's the one he made me buy while we were there, and I don't regret it. So I know a lot of people have been talking about it, and I know that about an hour ago, nearly an hour ago, Flat Cap is streaming on Rumble. This whole YouTube vaping world is they people say it's going to shit. I'm not going anywhere. I think I said this in the last one. No, I didn't. I might have done. I can't remember. I'm not going anywhere. I've had a strike. I've had a load of copyright claims, but in descriptions, everything's in there, so I have no idea what they're doing with that. But I will be on YouTube until the end. If they take my channel off, I'll just set up a new one. I really couldn't give a shit, to be honest. I think, personally, I'm quite lucky. With YouTube, for me, it's more these live shows for me, and it's more for, like, chatting to you guys, where I know a lot of these reviewers, like Flat Cap, Savage Simon, and all that lot, that are heading up. I think Flat Cap's on, like, 4K, where they've put a lot of time into the reviews, the editing side of it, and getting all that shit done and spending money on gear and like camera rigs, lights, and all that shit. That it's hitting them hard, which is completely fucking understandable. And I think that YouTube as a whole needs to be bought by Elon Musk so he can just let everybody do what they want to do and not have to fucking worry about this shit. But if it gets to the point where YouTube is proper dying a death, I think I had a little bit of a chat with Gaz after his last show that was saying about he's gonna probably lay low from YouTube. That if everyone decides people are moving over to Rumble, I think we all just need to show support and head over there. I've had a look at how it worked. I just about fucking work out how to use this StreamYard and YouTube, so it all looked a bit fucking weird to me. So if I move over there, there will be shit tons of potatoes. But I'm not too sure what I'll be doing, but I can guarantee you I will be here until then. Even if I'm the last fucking one standing, they're taking down my channel every time. I'm still just going to go live. I've had a look at Twitch. That is too fucking complicated. I tried streaming to Twitch and I ended up streaming to myself because apparently it didn't fucking get uploaded. So I have no idea. But as it stands, for my channel anyway, I'm not going to go. I'm still going to stay here. I'm not going to disappear, go elsewhere. But I can understand and I fully support everybody that is moving over to Rumble. Or I know there's a couple of other ones out there. But guys, if you watch people like Flat Cab, Savage Simon, all that lot on YouTube for their reviews and that, and they've moved over to Rumble, do us a favor, do me a favor, do them a favor. Make sure you go over there, subscribe, and put that couple of extra clicks on your phone to go actually watch them on the new platform, because there is a lot of love and care that goes into what they do. I know there's a lot of banter going on, a lot of piss taking and that, but at the end of the day, fucking time is precious, and they're putting their hard-earned time. When they've all got kids, they've all got family lives, they're putting time and effort into it. Just show a bit of support. Just head over there. I downloaded it. I still haven't worked it out, so someone might have to show me how to fucking use it. But yeah, we just got to be a bit resilient. Hopefully, it's all for fun, isn't it? Exactly. For me, anyway, it's not for the subscribers. It's for the subscriptions and that. It's more just sitting there chatting shit with you guys, hearing some good banter. Hey up, me duck. Hello, mate. Just have a bit of banter. You can watch me fuck shit up. Like, I even fucked shit up this morning today. I can't even get my fucking webcam working. Go back to the older shows. I'm fucking around with the voice and all stuff like that. It's going to happen because it's just a bit of fun. So for me, anyway, I'm here. I'm not going anywhere. And but I'll savage that I'm still using YouTube, Rumble. Rumble is back up at the moment in time. Yeah, it's really a sad state of affairs for vaping, where I know it's easy said than done saying, well, someone needs to make a dedicated channel, like a vape YouTube. I know there was one at some point, but it's not as accessible as every phone you buy has YouTube on it. And it is so easy to use and it's so accessible. Why would people go elsewhere? But it might mean that we have to go elsewhere. We might have to, but this show, this shit show, should we call it, is just for fun. It's not the end of. If we have to move elsewhere, we'll move, but we'll just keep going and annoying YouTube. So hopefully, probably, I'll get another strike after this, but who cares? Who cares at the end of the day? Pugs is in chat. I need another bottle of Tripical, because this is getting quite low to the end, so let me know and I'll sort you out with some cash and I'll get some more Tripical off you. Yes, Savage Simon, you have to pay £10 a month to stream on Rumble. I can't even remember how much StreamYard did. I think it's 15 quid for this. If you use OBS, I know you can get the free version, but then you'd have to pay for your Zoom if you're having more than two people on, and I think that's about a tenner as well. So it's all roughly the same price, but it's more just the accessibility. And I've seen a lot of people moving over doing shit on TikTok. I saw the Proper Calls is doing little building things on there as well, which is cool to see people going on TikTok. I got mine taken down. I put one video up and I got I breached community guidelines for some reason. So I seem to be quite good at that. So I don't know whether I'm going to get back on that. But it's £17 a month. I don't pay that much. I don't think I pay that amount on StreamYards. I'll have to have a look. But yeah, so I am back. I'm not going anywhere. This is my home away from home. This is where we chat shit, piss people off, good bit of banter. It's really weird that we're not doing a build stream, but I did start to build it. I put a fresh pair of 26s. We was going to do, just for a giggle, because to be honest, it is a really good RDA, but it's fucking well annoying, is the old drop 1.2. This ain't got no batteries in it, but these O-ring tolerances are fucking horrendous. But if you're like me and you like to pull it off and paint every time you want to rebuild if you're sitting down, it's actually not too bad. But for an out and about sort of device, it is not all that. It's the same with the Nightmare 25. I've lost that top cap on the Nightmare 25 so many fucking times that I had to put a bigger O-ring on it just so it didn't fucking go flying every time I pulled it out of my pocket. We can always sort something out, mate. You know that Juice's current CDs. Like, yeah, it fucking is. Got a room booked ready for Expo. See, I really want to come Expo this year. We need to the next one, It all depends about the little where if I can get the little one to my mother-in-law's or something like that. So the missus wants to come because my missus loves expos, even though she doesn't vape. She never did. She never smoked, but she loves vape shows. So she wants to come to the next one. The only upside, if we do come, she will bring fuck tons of samosas and onion bhaji. So I think we're pretty much sorted. That's only if we do come. But yeah, I will know closer to the time. At the moment, obviously, everything's all up in the air. So I will know a lot closer to the time whether I'll be coming Expo again. But I don't think I've streamed since the last Expo. It was fucking amazing. Even though there was a lot of disposables, there was only a small amount of rebuildables. I think we had Vapors Cloud Suicide Mod. We had Steam Crave, which I never actually got to go and see, and then a couple of liquid stands. I've got to be honest, it was a good fucking show, and it was nice to see everybody there for the first time. She's definitely coming now. You haven't got a choice in that. She's watching upstairs, so she'll come. Yeah, it was really nice to meet A Up Me Duck. I never met him before. Never met Steam Pugs. Nevans, Phil, Chrissy, Waftum, who's an absolute fucking legend of a bloke. Such a nice bloke. Got to meet Benny, little old Benny, and Blazing was there. There was loads of late night vape show was there. There was so many people there that I actually got to finally meet in person. Mike Haynes, who's an absolute fucking legend of a bloke. It was really nice meeting him. And he summed it up so well. He was like, you look at him and go, I know you, but until you put them in a box, like you see them on the screen, you're like, oh shit, it's them. So yeah, it is very true. It is very surreal meeting people in real life. I didn't realise how small Pugsy was. I know you're in chat, mate. I didn't realise how small you was. There's the screen makes you look a lot bigger. You just got your seat a bit higher. But yeah, no, on a serious note, it sort of made me remember how good the community actually was after all this shit that's been going on and this COVID. Everyone's been separated, only seeing people in chat, on screen, or texting and stuff like that. It was nice to finally meet face to face and actually feel the community slowly getting back to what it was. I'd like to see a lot more rebuildables. I'd like to see a lot more mechs. I'd like to see a lot more coil people there because I know I didn't even get to go see the fucking modders gallery. There, Asian kitting in there. There was gravel throat in there doing like speed staggered fuse Claptons. I fucking completely missed that. But I wanted a lot. I think we need a lot more of that. A lot, even sub-ohm tanks, because sub-ohm tanks they're useful. Just no disposables. Just no disposables. I think they missed what Expo actually was. Like Expo, very much the way I saw it was like from when I first started. Went to my first Expo, which was Vape Jam. It was very much for consumers to come together, and the people that would come in there were all rebuildables, sub-ohm users. Yeah, there was the pod systems and that, but they were sort of far and few between. But the people that go to expos aren't going to look at the latest disposables. That's shops. Where Expo, I can understand why they have it because shops do turn up and they want people to review them. Like we get the reviewer packages and that. But I do think with Expo, they should really split it where obviously you want the disposables. Okay, for Sundays, your disposable days and that. But Friday and Saturday is all about the modders, the people that are going there for that reason. For looking at the latest RDAs, looking at fucking mechs, looking at new mods or high-end mods and stuff like that. And I just felt that what Expo should have been, we've sort of the industry has moved away from. So I've missed quite a few things in here. What have we got? Up saying the one person I was looking forward to meeting the most of my hands. Yeah. What else we got? Apparently, first bits of info on Octa is looking better. Not sure how much better, but there's some good hints of hobbyist stuff. Yeah, I do think we need to. We should really try and get away from the disposable side. I do personally think that, as everyone fucking says, there's a place for disposables. There always is going to be a place for it, but I think Expo isn't the place for 90% disposables. Yeah, fair enough. Be there, but I do think that we needed a lot more liquids, like, because I think there was only Kenji, there was Riot Squad, there was some Swedish company, and a couple of others. There wasn't very many proper liquid companies, like small. Should we call it small batch? Like, not the big names like fucking Dr. Vapes, all shit like that. I'm talking about these sort of companies that are not starting out but smaller. They're not so commercial. I think it's better to have a bit of a, what's the word I'm looking for? Bit of a boost for the up and coming industries, because if we don't get any of these new businesses started or these smaller businesses involved, it's just going to get whitewashed with fucking geek bars and Dr. Bapes, Dr. Frost, coiled, was they called the coil distributors that do like banger juice and shit like that. It's just the big companies that are just ploughing out bog standard liquids, where we want more complex stuff. Like, I tried one, some Swedish, it had a fucking cloudberry in it, and it was very much tailored to the Swedish palate, but they brought it to the UK and was like, do you know, it's fucking amazing. All of them were great. I wouldn't have known what any of the actual fruits tasted like in real life, but the liquid was outstanding, and it was nice to have that sort of variety. I think the last one, the World Vape Show, they had one company which was Vape and Air, and it was a Japanese company run by English guys, and it was all like Akuzi teas and stuff like that, which is very much their traditional, but they brought it to the UK, so to sort of have a bit of variety, and I think we need a lot more of that in the expos coming up, because I think you'd bring out so many more people to these expos if they did change it like that. Hang on, Pugsy saying it's looking promising for sure. What else we got? We need to accept a fair chunk of disposables, though. If there's the ones who's going to fund the expo, then they need to be there. We just need more than 1% of the expo. It is very true. It is the massive companies that, well, pretty much they're all the same company, aren't they? Most of them. There's the umbrella company, then there's all little offshoots and stuff. But it was very much, I felt, obviously it's a selling game, but it was all the same shit. Pretty much all the same flavors, just in different plastic packaging. But the one that really pissed me off, I don't know if, I think Mike saw it and Scott saw it as well when we was doing this spinny wheel thing. There was one called My Ciggy, and I was really like, what the fuck? It's not a cigarette. And I just thought it was so badly named that it sort of gave me a little bit of rage sweats, and then I fucking forgot about it. But it shows that we're vaping for a less harmful alternative to combustible cigarettes. So we want to make that divide between cigarette and vape. So why would you call this a ciggy when it's not? There's no smoke, there's no combustion, there's no tobacco, there's no carcinogens. It's vapor, and it's heated. It's heat not burnt. Oh, I shouldn't really say that, but you know what I mean. Not heat not burn cigarettes, but it does burn it. But yeah, that really pissed me off, and it just felt like a massive money grab for a lot of these disposable companies. I didn't try any of them. I know there was a lot of people was handing them out, and I think Benny got a couple, and I think Danny and that got quite a few, and the disposable ones. But I do miss the hobbyist side of it massively. But as I up my duck saying, we do need the disposables to fund them. But the thing is, they're the ones with the biggest stands. Personally, I think get rid of all the fucking big stands. Let everybody give them a size, right? 3x3. Do what you want with it, but that's all you're allowed. Then that obviously opens the door up for more people to come in, and everybody's equal opportunities, rather than going in and seeing like a fucking 20-foot stage with a rented Lamborghini on there, like a DJ. It makes no fucking sense. But obviously, I agree. It's all about the money. You need those people spending 30, 40 grand for the massive stages just so they can make some sort of money out of it. But I'd like to know your thoughts on it, because I do think what they should do is open it up to small time. So I know that they're wanting to drop the price sort of thing. So people like Tree of Life with like handmade devices could say, okay, rather than you having to spend $2,000, they go, we'll give it to you for 200. You get a little stand in this cult, like have one where all like Steam Crave and Suicide mods were. You get a little stall there. You can put your stuff out and display it. So you pay £200, supply your own electricity, all that shit, and if you sell 5, we want 1.5%. And obviously, you're getting your name out there. You can give out all your leaflets, because fucking you get drowned in leaflets anyway. And it's a good way of opening the door up to these smaller companies, because I know for me, they go, okay, I want to go Expo. Okay, $3,000. That's coming out of my own pocket. That's not even business money, because I made $3,000 off coils, a couple of £100 max. But I haven't got that money. I'm going to have to take it out of my money that I earn in my other job, and it's taking it away from savings to then go. Even if they say £500, it's still it's still a lot of money for small one-person businesses. Okay, before I carry on ranting, I'm saying that's a good idea. So many stands, it takes you 3 days to get around, plus cheaper for each company. Exactly. I think the worst thing was when it was called electronic cigarettes. Just saying. Yeah, that was really, that was quite bad. I remember that, because I remember when I started, I used to call it electronic cigarettes. Up saying there was a UK company Expo who paid $8,000 for last Expo. They took 650 in sales. See, that could run the company under, because I don't get me wrong, I don't know the guy's situation, but $8,000, if you don't have that money, okay, I'll take a loan out. You still got to pay the percentage on that. You've made 650 quid. You haven't made anything. You're still at a loss. So you still have to pay that money back. And next year, you probably only just paid that off. If you, because the person is, the UK company might have a family, probably got a mortgage, probably got an actual job, 9-to-5 job, and then this on the side. It's obviously, it's all money at the end of the day. But I do think we're at the point now where the UK is on the front foot of vaping, where the NHS accept it, the government accept it. Yeah, there's people trying to piss on our parade, but you're never going to please everybody. But this is a time where they're like, okay, cool, we're hiring out the expo for the vape award, for the vape expo. Right, let's make it accessible to fucking everybody and showcase what the UK have. And I think if we done it like that, they probably wouldn't make as much money as they would if they're charging Geek Vape $30,000. Okay, $30,000. We'll have 3 stalls. You know what I mean? They won't be getting that solid income from them. But for the industry, I think it would be fucking outstanding, because you'd get companies that are probably better than 90% of these commercial companies coming out and actually being able to make a viable business, provide for themselves and their family, and do something they enjoy, and also make a living out of it. What we got? There wasn't even profits either, minus transport costs of goods, etc. $9,000 loss minimum. And what coming back from that expo, if I was that company, you'd be so fucking deflated. You'd probably want to throw in the towel and go, obviously, it's not going to work. And the thing is, it's not that, in the grand scheme of things, it's probably not that it's not going to work. It's just that it's so fucking expensive. You've now got to make that money back. See, this is what I'm saying. We need to get that cost down, opening it up to smaller companies, like even, can't think of it, Signature Tips, who make these. Yeah, I know he's been around for a while. He's got a couple of mechs. I don't know if that's his full-time job or companies like that. But saying, okay, cool, you're a UK-based company. We're going to give it to you at a massive discount, but you get a smaller stand. You can't decide to have a big fuck-off stand. It can be you, a table, put your banners up, sell your shit, have a good time. I think if we done it more like that, it would be it would be so much better. I just think fucking Vapor Expo should employ me and I'll fucking run the next expos. I think between all of us in chat, we could do a far better fucking job than what they're doing now. But it's all about money, isn't it? So I do hope the future should look bright. And if I'm going to say, let me have a quick sip of water. I know people say, "Oh, once shit goes commercial, it goes shit." It's not always. Right? Look at Tony B when he brought the squonks out. Everybody went fucking nuts with squonks. He's brought out the Pulse. Yeah, I've heard issues with the Pulse, but it's brought people into the Boro world. I know a lot of you aren't really into your bridges. Obviously, I love my bridges just because I think they're fucking amazing for what they are. Yeah, they are overpriced, but now you've got affordable bridges. Molan, 20 quid. You could never buy one for 20 quid. I think the cheapest I paid was 160 for a bridge. I think that's the cheapest I've ever paid for a bridge. And that's a lot cheaper than what the highest I've paid. But it's made it more commercial. So I do think Tony B is pushing the good shit into the commercial world, and other companies are jumping on it, like Mr. Just Right One. And I can't remember who he made the truss with. Was it Dove Poe? I can't remember. Whatever other company he worked with made it so it was easier to build. It wasn't as fiddly. It still is fiddly, but nowhere near as fiddly as getting like a Wicked or a Mob Mini or Vape Snail or anything like that. But it's got people involved in rebuilding. I think it's set that spark off again. And I do hope that that momentum keeps going, where we don't then fall back and go back to disposables. Or there's probably going to be a new version of a disposable, like when they brought out the vape. What was it? The vape watch? Was it the Ocular, the little digital watch that you could vape on? Like, as long as it doesn't go that way and it goes more into the rebuilding, and people decide to give it a go, because I know that people like, it was Grim Green that released a Goat with you had the screw-in deck that already had the coils and the wicks in. The concept was great. It was great. I've never vaped them, but I heard that there was quite a lot of issues with it. But going down something that way, even like for rebuildables rather than screwing, there's a clamp system, just sort of rounding off the edges to make it more and more seem easier and easier to use. I think more people would jump down it. And I know a lot of you in chat use RDAs and RTAs, RDTAs, all that shit. Do you agree with me that they give you better flavor, they perform better, they last longer than a sub-ohm tank? Like the not the rebuild, what they call the coil head things you slot in. Because I personally think they taste a billion times fucking better. I've got a sub-ohm tank over there. I think I've had about 3 puffs on it, and that was it. I get muted flavor. I don't get the hit that I want to, and you can't tailor it to the way you vape. And there's more chance if it's mass produced, you're going to get a dodgy one that you have one puff, you're like, fuck, it's done. And I know a single coil clamp system, like how you clip in RAM in your computer. Yeah, that's exactly what I mean. So even if it's got like a screw in it, you turn it and then clamp it down, and it just clamps your coils. So there's no fucking getting the little screwdriver in, because I have to wear glasses now because I'm getting blind as a bat. But sometimes trying to get that into a hole, you're a bit like fucking holding it right up trying to do it. It can get fiddly. I do feel that I don't even know where I was going with that, but I do personally feel that you get a better vape off these. I can understand a lot of people ain't gonna want to carry a big series box, that don't want to carry like an Odin 250C, but there is plenty of smaller devices out there, like the Odin 100. That's fucking tiny. 21700 battery. You can, if you want a small rebuildable, you got the, what is it, nitrous, something small, easy to use. But I think that's just me in the ideal world, and I think this probably tells you why I don't own a fucking vape shop. I wanted to, but I don't think I could spend my day selling people stuff that I don't think is any good in my eyes. I have tried the newer devices. The fucking was it the Vapor SO Gen thing? It, I wouldn't use it, and I don't. If someone wanted to buy it, I'd be like, really? Why don't you buy this, this, and this? You'd be better. But I think that's why I'm not in that business. I like where I am, but I just feel that a lot of people are very. I don't want to say lazy, but a lot of people. It is a big jump going from sub-ohm tanks to rebuildables, and you guys can agree with me that it is a massive jump. And buying your first RDA, your first pair of coils, your wicks, you think, "Fuck! I've just spent like 50 quid on an RDA and all the bits." And you sit down, you get your YouTube out, and if you were like me, it's quite embarrassing to say, but I know a lot of you are probably going to done the same. Pardon me. Right. How to build an RDA. And the first video that popped up is fucking Rip Trippers. So you whack that on full screen. It's a 10-minute video. Every minute you're like, pause. Okay, this looks a bit different. And that's how you learn. And you sat there for ages getting it right. You're like, oh, I didn't vape quite right. Or you did what I did. Put the cotton in and then just hit the button and forget to put liquid on it. And get a mouthful of burnt cotton. Or do what I do to this day, overdrip. I'm always overdripping. But from where I went from that first RDA to now, obviously growth, you learn shit. I've learned more from people that I've spoken to than I have really on YouTube about different ways of building coil placements and stuff like that. But the thing in 99% of RDAs, if you buy like a recurve jewel and shit, you don't really have to know that shit. You can just fucking jam them in. As long as they're in line with it, you're pretty much going to you're still going to get a 90% better vape than you are on a sub-ohm. And once you get that done, then you can start playing about with it. So, and the cotton side of it, it can be a bit wasteful. So what I was always told was firebolt cotton. Not the greatest cotton out there, but each strand is 3 mil and it's got the shoelace. You pull it through, turn it, pull it back through, cut the sides, tuck them, you're good to go. And it taught me how much sort of cotton you really need. So I think if stuff like that was put on the table, I do think we probably would get a lot more people giving it a go and sticking with it. I've had people who I worked with that were religiously vaping disposables or Caliburns, and they're like, "Oh, I want more vapor." So I sat down for half hour, built it with them, and then I think 3 or 4 times they've come to your ads. I think I fucked it. Like, yeah, you jammed way too much cotton, or you've got cotton collapse. Like that's why it's tasting rancid. And a couple of times you just help them along, and now they're fucking good to go. They're buying new coils, they're installing and playing about with airflow and that. And I do think that side of it is what keeps a lot of us hobbyists still going back to them, still sticking with them. I love it. I do get very lazy when I can't be asked to re-wick, and then I just fucking have 10 setups and they all need re-wicking, and then it's just like, fuck it, I've got to do it today. So you sit down and you clean and re-wick everything, and a quarter of the way through the first one, you start to really enjoy it. You're like, oh yeah, fuck it. And you sit there for ages and do it. Muji Cotton for the win for mouth to lung vaping. Do you know what? To this day, I still haven't tried Muji Cotton. Mine went from first 2 packets of cotton was Firebolt, just because of, as I said before. And the great thing about Firebolt, if it's someone's first cotton, at the bottom they give you a little chunk of cotton. And what I always said is, once you get to the last 2, pick it out and try and pull it to get it exactly the same as that. And it's a good way of teaching, and it worked. So I went from that to Cotton Bacon Prime for about 4 years, and then, as you all know, fucking Cloud9. That's it for me now. I'm stuck on Cloud9 because I personally think it's great for like the high wattage, high heat vaping. Talking about that, what we're going to do, while I have a quick drink, I'm going to give you a quick sponsor break. It is 20 seconds long, so sit back and have a watch. That is Shake and Bake Media. They made the intro to my show. They've made the intro to Across the Pond, Codename Wired, Green Room, Friday Night, Friday Fallout. He does intros for fucking so many good shows. He's done Vaping Jedi's logos. He's done everything. If you want any logos made, any social media, sorry, that was really close. Any social media ads made, any logos made, head over to shakeandbakemedia.com. It's running along this bottom thing here. The guy that runs it is Anthony Ramella, who is a fucking absolute legend. One of the nicest blokes I've met in an extremely long time. Very helpful. And such a loving dude. So, yeah, head over to shakeandbakemedia.com for any of your multimedia needs. Hey, up me duck saying, I've got a box of need to clean RTAs, RDAs. Really need to get around to sorting them. See, what I generally do is where my setup is, it's got like a little raised bench at the back, and I always just put my vapes up there that I'm vaping on that day. It's now turned into I can't be asked to re-wick, so I unscrew it and put it there, so I'll clean that now. I think there's about 9 sitting in a row up there that I still need to clean. So I know the feeling. I don't have a Legion bucket because I know Legion Vapes has a plastic bucket full of stuff. No, it wasn't Legion. It's Bogan that's got a bucket full of stuff. So I haven't quite got to that level yet, but it's getting there. And there's about 4 or 5 Boro bridges still in the actual Boros with liquid in them. So they're going to start leaking soon. So they need a very, very good clean. Hey, Ducks, I've got around 30. Fucking hell. I thought I had a fair amount of table. Pugs, how many you got? Fucking man's got too many. So, yeah, sorry about the rant. I've just missed being here, so I've just been chatting shit with you guys for a long, long time. That Bogan bucket was only from 1 year. Yeah, probably. I don't think I could own that many RDAs, RTAs. I've probably got about 15, 16. And even that is, I don't have enough mods to put them on. But I did say, well, once I get this camera sorted out, this other camera, I will be trying to do some old rebuilding on some old stuff from the box. So I've got a box full of stuff, and I want to start reusing them. So my plan was to get them out, build them, vape them for a week, and then give you my thoughts on them. I'm not doing reviews. I can't do reviews. I've tried. It's just too much, and I'm not very good at explaining myself. So I'm just going to do it as we'll build it. I'll vape it for the week, and then I'll tell you if I still like it. It still holds up. But I will tell you, if I'm doing the OG recall, that thing fucking holds up to anything that's a small RDA now. RDA, sorry, because the OG recall is, if not one of the best RDAs out there. And on top of that, this Apocalypse. This is what I wanted for my first RDA. I didn't end up getting it because the vape shop convinced me not to get it and get a profile. And then when I said I wanted to use coils, they were like, "I'll get the recurve dual," which is still a good fucking RDA. But now it's used for stagger fuse Claptons as a weight, so I don't think I'll be rebuilding that. But got this, and it's fucking outstanding. And even to today, the flavour of this is great. This dragon fruit is dragon fruit grape ice, and they're really nice people as well. So yeah, head over to Vape Hut and get some. And while you're there, grab some coils. Yeah, I think we've hit that hour long. I won't bore you with any more of my shit because I know you guys have probably got better things to do, and I am sweating fucking buckets. But what we're going to do before we go for the last couple of minutes I need a bit of watch participation. What we're going to do is after the bumper, I'm just going to want you to, in chat, drop everybody that you want to give a shout out to. It doesn't have to be vaping. It can be fucking anything. It can be any person. And if you're watching this on the replay, make sure you check the guys out that are coming up in chat or what I'm shouting out, and just go show some love and give them a shout out. So here we go. Right, shout out time. So I know you guys are Mr. Intense is going. So good night, mate. So if there's anybody you want to shout out, throw it in chat, and we're only going to do this for literally 30 seconds before we go. So I just want to give a shout out to everybody in chat. So I want to give a shout out to Black Rose Elixir, Nevins over at Neon Juice, or Sauce, one of the two, and his other line, Ancient Elixirs. I want to give a shout out to Amatorium, Savage Simon, A Up Mid Dark, Rebel and Bogan for their liquids. I want to give a shout out to Tree of Life, all English companies out there. I want to give a shout out to everybody. So that's me done. I know you guys in chat are probably a couple of minutes, 30 seconds or so behind. So I'll let you guys carry on. Tobias wants to give that's a good one. Tobias wants to give a shout out to his wife and his son, and I'm gonna say exactly the same to my wife and my son and to the family. So I think that's the only shout out we got. So make sure you go follow Tobias 1403. He's an absolute legend. He does some amazing photography. So go show some support, and a big thank you to Tobias. He gave me a code for some liquid that he won. And he told me I could choose what I want. So I've got them all steeping in the corner. So hopefully once they steep, one of them said 6 weeks. So hopefully I can wait 6 weeks to wait for it to completely steep out. But we'll do a little bit of a little showy telly thing. And one of them is a mandarin. So I'm looking forward to trying what a mandarin would taste like. Because I know Pugsy's put orange in with the Tropical. And it tasted so good. Mission Test shout out to Graham Net Reality for being awesome. There you go. So make sure you go give Net Reality a follow. And Paul Hitchin, he's one of the new guys that's on Savage Simon's Saturday show. Shout out to the Vaping Jedi, Mr. Intense, Grateful Ant. Who else we got? Let's go back through chat, see if anybody else. Scott Woods. Yes, shout out Scott Woods. Get yourself one of his atomizer stands. They are fucking incredible. Solid bit of wood. The desert ones needs 4 to 6 weeks. Yeah, it's all right. I've written a date on them. We're just going to fucking hide them so I don't vape them. Right, we've come to that time now. So thank you, everybody, for taking the time to watch this. And I will see you next week, where we have a very special guest next week. So be good and don't be too much of a dick. Bye.